I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address. And now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. They're fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah.
You have your doors locked?
It's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
There she is. We lost you for a sec there, didn't we?
Hi.
Hi, Allie. Everyone.
Hi, honey. Hi, Adam. How are you guys?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, how was everyone?
Yeah. How was everyone's day? Productive?
It was busy. Yeah. I was working, and after work, had to take down all the AC units. So that's always a fun thing to do. Reminds us that fall is here, right?
Why StreamYard, live your comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. I don't know why that's showing up.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Maybe they had an update.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was looking at the thing going, and it is because one time, Allie, we went live, and then all of a sudden it just went off live, and we're like, "What?" So Allie is so pretty. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Daisy.
I know. You're reminding me. I was gonna say you're reminding me of someone. So, and I can't put my finger on it, but it's like an actress or something that I'm thinking of.
Oh, really?
I just can't put my finger on it. But anyways, yes.
You're gonna make me blush. Thank you. You guys are sweet.
Yes.
Hi, Diana.
I was gonna say, do you want to do some shout outs with us, Allie? If I click on the name, can you see? Yeah.
Yeah. Metal Mama's here. Welcome. Oh, Kristen, hello. I'm so happy you're here. Everybody missed you yesterday in Sunny's life. We had a lot of people asking how you're feeling and how you were doing. So I know I texted you. I'm really happy to see you.
Yeah, absolutely, Kristen. I'm glad you're doing better. Glad you're at home. We all are. And so take care of yourself. Absolutely. Take care of yourself first and everything else second. Always family first, you know? So, so everyone give prayers, of course, to Kristen on a speedy recovery there. And I'll look down in the comments in a minute, but see how you're all feeling today. And so there you go. There's another.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah. And then I'm just putting the names up. If you want to say them, that's fine, Allie.
Oh, Aussie Issy. Good evening. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Brett Decker says hello to all. Hi, Brett. Miss Singh. Familiar face here. Welcome. Jill Moser. Hi at Sharon. Who dis? Lisa. Sharon, nice to meet you. Ben, hello. Welcome. Emil Smith. I think that's how I say your name. I'm sorry if I completely botched it. Hello, welcome.
How would you pronounce that? Because it's like Emil. Emil? Yeah, I guess Emil.
Emil? Yeah.
It's hard when you come to those ones.
Sees through you. Hello. I love your name.
Yeah, it's a good name.
It's troublemaker right here.
Cold case reports. Hello.
You say Sharon Parker.
Sharon. Hi. Miss Dog Lover. Oh, what a cute dog. Is that a spaniel?
So she's from England. She's over in the England area.
Oh, hi, John. Good to see you.
Hey, John. Yeah.
Diana Blake says, evening, folks. Hello. True crime housewife. Hi, Sunny, Adam, and Guest. Guest is beautiful. Oh,
That's
thank
Allie.
you so much.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Or there's our former profiler and handwriting expert.
Oh, wow. Alexa.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah.
She sounds very important. Not that no one else is, but that's a very good skill to have. Peruvian 69. Hello, friends. Hello.
If anyone knows me, Allie, they know I love 69 for multiple reasons, but I was born that year.
That's a good year to be born. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Honeybee at Kristen behind the crime door. Glad you are on the mend. Hello, Summer Thunder. Hi, the Rockaways. Hit that like. Yes, please hit the like for Sunny tonight. Loki.
Well, and Adam.
Yeah, and Adam.
Oh,
sorry, Adam, didn't mean to make you out. Derek Farmer, hello. Ooh,
hey, Derek.
Yes.
Huh?
Pizza, that sounds good right now. Could go for some pizza.
I'm pizzaed out. Actually, my husband, what did he have? We had Teo's Nando's chicken, something like that.
Oh.
Nando's chicken. Do you guys have a Nando's over there? No.
Okay. Is it like fried chicken?
No, it's not like that. It's more of a, I don't even know, to be honest. My husband really likes things like tiki masala, because he's from England as well, my husband. So he likes his tiki masala and different, more like that type of tasting food. So
right.
Yeah. I'm a very simplified type of person myself. I barely go out of the box too much when it comes to food, because I'd rather, I don't know, I'm just used to certain things like tacos, burgers, basic, what I call Canadianized food.
You know what you like. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So Allie, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone about your channel and what it is, and I don't know, anything that you want to talk about, to be honest, about how you got into it, just whatever.
Sure. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Allie. I'm the creator of the channel Unsolved Crimes Uncovered. I started my channel back in February, right around the time that Kristen behind the crime door started hers. And what really brought me into the YouTube world, I've never done anything like this, okay? I work in finance. I'm a financial consultant. So by nature, I'm very introverted and would just rather prefer to be dealing with numbers, my dog, no people. Definitely don't like to put myself out there, but there was a couple of different stories that caught my eye. And one of them was the case dealing with Harmony Montgomery, who is the missing Manchester child out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Now, the weird thing with her case, she's been missing for 2 years before she was actually reported missing. And now the father is in jail on charges that are not related to her disappearance, so to speak, but of prior abuse allegations. So I've been following that story very closely. There's a whole lot of movement with that case, but yet we know nothing. Interestingly enough, the father ended up having his body cam footage put out yesterday over the news. So that's one development because, they're gearing in for trial and whatnot. Another story, though, that had captivated me were the Delphi murders. And this is also another one that I, like many of you, have been following since the day it actually happened. And so I felt between those two sets of events that I needed to really say something about it. And in doing so, I have found out so much more in regards to the whole Carroll County area. And I'll just say Indiana for that matter. Indiana is one effed up place. Okay. I'm not out there.
I
there are some
appreciate
issues
those
there.
words.
So one of those issues had actually stemmed from a series of mysterious fire-related events, which one of them that the one that really captivated my heart and what led me down this path of no return is the best way to put it, was the situation with the Flora 4. Now, the Flora girls, now some of you guys might be familiar with them after reviewing my content, maybe Sunny's and Kristen's content, were 4 African-American female children between the ages of 5 and 11 years old that ended up dying in a house fire during November of 2016. Now, what's interesting with their case is just 3 months later, after they died, we had the deaths of Abby and Libby occur. Same county. One incident occurred in Flora. The other incident occurred in Delphi. Now, these 4 little girls that lost their lives, it was later determined that they had lost their lives due to arson. So, in the midst of all of this, their case has not been solved. Abby and Libby's case has not been solved. But what's interesting? We have 36 fire victims. 36 fire victims throughout the course of 2016 to 2022, March of 2022, that have been completely unsolved. Now, one of them happens to be an ISP state trooper by the name of Stephanie Thompson and her 17-year-old daughter, who were killed, how? In a house fire. Just so happened to be following the 5th year anniversary of Abby and Libby's deaths. And you know what else is the kicker? She was actually the polygrapher for the Flora fire incident. So when I'm seeing just a fraction of this, now what Sunny's showing you now is something I sent to her. This is a compilation of all of the fire victims that have died from that 2016 to March 2022 timeframe. We have in this listing about 50% of the victims are female. But when we look into a particular region, now this is looking at 6 counties that kind of neighbor Carroll County. There are 6 altogether. When we look at a particular region, Flora Bringhurst, we see that the child female mortality rate deaths are like 1,500 times higher than what the U.S. National Fire Association statistics tell us they should be for that one of the 6 regions, Flora Bringhurst. But when you look at a whole, in comparison across the 6 counties to the average U.S. fire mortality statistics, we are seeing that there are 150% times more female victims that are dying. So Abby and Libby, they are not included on this listing, okay? But what's very interesting is over the course of history, if you look at people like Jeffrey Dahmer and a lot of the other psychosociopaths that we have seen throughout this duration of time, we see that a lot of them have started out with an infatuation towards fires. A lot of them might pee the bed. A lot of them might have had an abuse of, or a history of abusing animals. There are several kind of qualifiers that we've seen, I think that we're all kind of familiar with in the true crime world, that show this series or pattern of escalation. So we look at the amount of fires that are going on here, and the fact that we are probably, I don't know for sure, just like all of you, we don't know, we are probably dealing with a serial killing, femicidal, mass murdering arsonist that, could or may not be connected to the deaths of Libby and Abby. But there is someone or some group within this area that is preferentially targeting female victims. And like I said, I work in finance. I've worked with people in this area that have helped to corroborate my findings, vice versa, that have pointed me in the right directions on where to pull these numbers. I'm not taking 100% credit for this, but this is it, you guys. Like, I cannot deny this. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I said too much or too little.
No. I'm just enjoying, like I said, different channels, information, because like I said, these, there is a lot going on around Indiana here. And like, let's see, is that one on here? The one with the judge that happened recently where his wife and his daughter died?
Yes, that was Stephanie and Jason Thompson.
Yeah.
And Stephanie was the ISP trooper who was married to Jason, who was the Monticello judge. And they actually have 2 daughters. One of their daughters was away at college, and then the other daughter, Maya, who's 17 years old, perished in a house fire. And as I mentioned, she's very suspicious to me because Stephanie's case, Stephanie, she held a master's degree. She had worked for the ISP. She, was a polygrapher and had conducted multiple polygraph sessions with several different suspects, which, we've seen through some of the leaked court documents that have, since been collected and reviewed. And so she's listed as a primary polygrapher in the Flora investigation. And 5 years following the Delphi murders, her house suddenly burns down. And she's investigating potential suspects in the Flora case, which remains unsolved to this day. So I know. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What?
I was just going to ask, if I remember correctly, Stephanie appeared in one of the ISP Roadshow videos, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah, I remember going back and watching that, and just being putting it always. For me, it always makes a difference when I literally put a face to like a story and a victim, and then seeing them talk and their movements, and like it really brought that case home to me, like and really made it resonate more than it had prior. So anyone that's interested, if you just go to the ISP YouTube page, you can go back on their roadshow episodes, and there aren't many of them, so you can find it easily.
Yeah, there are, and I know that video does exist, and I've been kind of hesitant on sharing it, and some of the stuff that I put out because the ISP specifically says it's not for retribution or whatever. So I haven't put that forward, but it's a very insightful video, and she's such a beautiful woman, and you can tell she just brings forward so much expertise and passion for what she was doing. And this woman was involved in her daughter's athletic events. She and her husband both were very big contributors to society. Her daughter Maya was on the swim team and really showed a promising future athletically, was doing very well in school. And that's actually, when we look at a lot of these victims that Sunny has pulled up, we see that all of these children, the majority of them, have been involved in some form of athletics. They're all women. And what's interesting is they all follow sequential ages too. So you see these patterns like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's almost like the person we're looking at here. I'm not saying this to be sure because, like I said, none of us really know. But this guy is methodical. Whoever is heading this sort of ring of these psychopathic, whatever nut jobs you want to call them, this person or persons are methodical, almost to an OCD type of level, because there are geographical patterns from location to location. There are sequential ages. The fact that we have Livy and Abby that have died on February 13th, which if you take the month of February and the day, now think reverse math, okay? They died on day 13. Now, if we were to take 3 minus 1, that would equal 2, which happens to be the month of which they've died. So this is actually a phenomenon that only happens like 15 times a year. And you look at the dates that some of these individuals have passed, and we are seeing that these types of subtraction date events are happening far too frequently within a very small region of Indiana, which is that 6-county region that I'm talking about. And I do focus on some videos on this where I really delve into the statistics. Don't mean to bore you. I've had so many people tell me, God, could you just not be so monotone? Like, could you make it a little more interesting? I'm like, dude, I'm talking about freaking numbers. How much more interesting can it get? Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm sitting here captivated. Like, I'm like, numbers.
I think it's interesting. I don't know about y'all, but
I like numbers.
You are my twin. I have a twin sister, Allie, and she's an introvert. She does not like to be the center of attention whatsoever. She's a numbers person through and through. She is more like you. Me and Adam, we're just like, hello, hi, birdie, 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 squirrel.
Although I love numbers.
I do too. Like, meaning, I need to absorb numbers when I'm looking at numbers. Because I hated math whatsoever. I mean, I liked it up until equations came around, that I just sucked. Yeah. Like when I was a general manager for the hotel, me and my husband, and I remember when Eric, and he would slam this big book of sales and all that throughout the year, and he'd go, and he'd start talking, and I'd be like, dude, that means like freaking nothing to me. Let me go back to the hotel. Let me absorb what I'm looking at. I need to absorb numbers and what's going on, and then I can come back, but usually numbers, it's like, as soon as I see them, they scare me. Not really scare me, but you know what I mean? They make me go panic a little bit and go, what am I seeing here exactly? What? But now the number 13 is quite the interesting number within a small area, for sure. Whether it's Nicole Bowen getting murdered on the 31st, and you just got to reverse that, whether it's the girls on the 13th, whether it's Karina McClurkin, who was reported missing on the 13th, whether it's the Evans girls that were the 13th as well of July, and it's just even crazy enough when I'm looking up people and stalking their Facebooks and stuff like that. It's amazing how many people do it. Like, oh, I will never deny it. If information is out there that I'm allowed to have, right? It's not like I'm breaking any rules. I will literally access it because I'm a deep diver. I will dig into your life. I won't dig into your life if I could care less about you. I'll only dig into your life if I think that there's a red alert going on there.
Yeah.
Right there, Farmer. No, just kidding.
Absolutely. I think that's what's missing in a lot of these cases is it's just like I don't know. I mean, There are so many unsolved crimes. I'm not just talking in terms of Indiana or these regions that I'm specifically referencing, but I mean just completely across the globe. I mean, we're just seeing so many instances of this, and I don't know why. Like, it really kind of breaks my heart because I know we're decreasing funding and stuff, but like,
you know what breaks my heart probably the most is the amount of corruption that you keep realizing that's going on. It's disheartening. It's heartbreaking. I mean, I know I go back to this one a lot because it's just so disgusting to me was Judge Fouts. There's a lot more than that, but Judge Fouts, like, how dare you guys just, like the way Tierra felt about that was that Tierra had that video back in like 2015 or 16 it was. And so she had asked her lawyer who it was. And hindsight told her that he knew exactly who it was, but they wanted Judge Fouts. They felt like he wasn't doing a good job being a judge. And so they wanted him to step down. So hence why all of a sudden the lawyer goes, I know exactly who that is, right? So it was like, in a sense, she got played a little bit just for them to bring that out. And all he has to do is resign. He doesn't get charged. He doesn't get nothing, not even looked into. He gets to work at Purdue teaching ethics, and he gets to be a lawyer, and he got to step down. What a crock of crap if I've ever seen it, let alone. It really is. Let alone the fact that the mistress was 11 years old when he came across her at that, we'll call it a fair, but it wasn't like a, ride carnival thing. There was like some sort of lawyer, like an event thing. And next thing you know, miraculously, right? He's stalking her, really wants this relationship with her. He's willing to pay Tierra $5,000, and that stuff's there. Like, that stuff's out there to see. And it's just when you see that, the craziness. And Tierra's told me many of other names. And those people are in those high-powered positions, and that's why it's so disgusting. And then it's like, how do you fight the corruption when you're trying to bring justice to people? Because that the idiots are the ones that you're going to be able to find information on, and it's the ones that have that little bit of more, we'll call it the book smarts versus the street smarts,
or the money.
Right. Is
that too. The clout, the money.
Well, the thing was, like, take for instance, Tierra said that, and we all know that Curtis Fouts had multiple accounts, but the account that he reached out to her on Facebook was the Michael Morrow account. Now, if I look at Fouts, he has associates with the last name Morrow in his thing. So obviously when he's making these accounts, he's doing what people usually do, which is, kind of think of names, and then, you know what I mean? It might be someone's last name that they know because, they're just using the pattern that people typically do. And even the mistress has said, like, he has multiple accounts. So some of those people have a little bit, more smarts when it comes to leaving less of a trail, but yet the trail is still there to be found, But anyways, just really disgusting. And I'm honestly, when it comes to Delphi, and if his involvement is, with Delphi whatsoever, just in general with the sex ring, once you start looking at those people, it's like an endless pit that I don't have time to try to solve of those people. The other ones I can look into and find more information. But once you start getting into those, like the strip club owner, the taxi club owner, those people are a little bit smarter, in a sense. And I'm not willing to go and spend my life looking down an endless pit that I'm never going to find the answers to, besides when justice hopefully brings things to light with CSAM and all that stuff going on. So anyways, back to the moral of the point was, I don't think you're monotone.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure I can be. I look at a lot of tax returns and audit reports and whatnot. But yeah, not with this whole situation. It's hard not to get, fired up about it, honestly.
No pun intended on that.
Yeah. I mean, I can't help but to feel like we receive so much media coverage on Abby and Libby. All right. And I understand they were beautiful girls. They did not deserve what happened to them. But, the fact of the matter is this goes far and beyond the whole point of it being a $300 and however much $1,000 reward fund, and really recognizing that we have multiple children, some as young as 3 months old, that are being killed. This poor woman in Flora lost every single one of her children in one night, and she survived. Bless her heart. She had 4 kids. They all died. The oldest one would have turned 15 last week. And I actually have been speaking to a family friend of hers who has given me a lot of insightful information that I've passed along to the ISP. And I have not heard a reply back. And I wouldn't expect to so much. But the fact that this information could potentially be critical because it names potential POIs and which I obviously am not going to disclose, but they know, and I've yet to hear a word. So,
right. And you won't probably.
Hopefully we will see something with that. But I sent him all of this. I mean, I sent him the videos. I sent him a breakdown of the actual hard copy versions of everything that has been put together for all of these victims.
Yeah. So. Allie, I'm just gonna, and I think I left it for everyone to drop it. So peace, not silence, or anybody else. If you do the > unresolved, that will drop. Okay, Kristen, if you're out there as well, if you just do ! Sorry, not unresolved. Wait,
what's on your? Unresolved, so that makes sense.
Unsolved, people. Unsolved. Your title name drives me bonkers. It got 2 U's in it. In my head, it keeps twisting around. I literally 95% have to keep going, the heck's that name again? Because
but you know what I think it is, Sunny? It was because of the Unsolved. And when I saw that name, I'm like, really, dude? Really? It's so similar to my name, and I don't want to get wrapped up in that. So yeah, I think that maybe that has something to do with it.
There we go. See, look at French just did it. There's Allie's link for her channel, Unsolved Crimes Uncovered. All right, one just okay. But yeah, so if anyone throughout the night wants to hit, just hit ! You guys can even hit, I think, ! hello, ! Abby Libby. And that will bring up, Abby and Libby tip line. I kind of really like this whole little stream bot thing, for CloudBot, doing those little things like that, where you can just put in those little things, Do you use it or no?
I use Nightbot, and I have an amazing mod. Her name's Jennifer Rochelle. She's actually she mods for Kristen's channel too. And she's really helped me get established with that program because it's kind of like Discord. It's hard to really learn unless you know how to use it or unless you want to take the time to research it when obviously you and I both know all of us, it's not easy to create the content. I mean, there's so much we have to do when we're making the videos and just the edits and everything.
Oh,
Michelle Nicholas says, everyone, Jennifer Rochelle says hello. She has to wait 8 hours before she can chat. I think that's the name you just said for your mom, isn't it?
Oh, no. Yeah, you have that restriction, Sunny.
Which?
You have to set it 8 hours?
Yeah, because I don't like trolls coming in here. So I always put it on, you have to be a subscriber to it. Before you can talk, or else it just weeds out the trolls that come in here, to be honest with you. So usually I set it for 3 hours, the amount of the thing. So who is that's saying that?
Michelle.
Did she talking now? Did you guys just see
Klaus is her name.
Right. I just noticed it was the same name that Alia just mentioned for her mod.
And Jennifer Rochelle, the other one. They're like a duo. They're never apart.
Now are you saying that you've seen them talk though, Adam?
Michelle's a member here, and Michelle had mentioned that Jennifer Rochelle said hello to everyone because she can't chat, so I guess she messaged.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'll take it off, but I'll be fair enough if little trolls come in here, it's going back on. But it should have. Let me just go and take it off. Give me a sec there.
So then we can all meet Jennifer.
Let me just go into 1 second. 8 close. Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at your comment, who does, where you say that there was a fire in Kokomo in December of 2016 that killed 2 kids. I think I can't see the list very well, but I don't see that one. I have that fire occurred during 2017, December 24th of 2017. And there were 2 children that had died in that fire. So I think she has it up in front of us currently, but it's random.
Actually, before
hey, Jennifer.
Is she in now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, Jen.
Let's see here. Oh, there she is. Hello, Jennifer. Thanks for stopping by. Nice hair.
Happy you're here. She's amazing. She's one of our mods, Kristen and I's both. So she's the one that got me set up with Nightbot, and she's kind of helped me regulate that whole process, which I'm internally grateful for.
Yeah,
Nightbot is another good one as well. The only thing I got to figure out, Jennifer, tell me if you know the answer to this. I'm just trying to figure out how it will auto cycle through the commands instead of me always doing exclamation mark. Is there? Because I know Nightbot does. Oh, that's on Nightbot though. I got CloudBot. Yeah. I have Nightbot too, but I'm trying to stay within the same platform because we will switch over to Streamlabs because Streamlabs now lets you be interactive like this instead of before we had to go through Discord and different things like that. So yeah, but I wanted to, you guys, show you a few things. On Friday night, we'll be dropping our It's a Crime and Shame merch line. One of the lines that's in there, of course, will be Abby and Libby, the Abby and Libby line. Now, everything's not quite ready, but there's enough stuff to be ready to drop the line because it takes time for them to obviously produce to show the image on, say, a blanket, or a pillow and stuff like that. So Abby and Libby's line. So this is a tote bag with Abby and Libby's on there. And so basically anything from the Abby and Libby line will half of the proceeds, because obviously they charge you a big chunk and change for the product, and then you make a little bit off of the sale in a sense. So if something's, say, at cost, they charge you $20 and then you put it for like $29.95, then $5 basically goes to Abby and Libby and $5 goes to It's a Crime and Shame channel. So the Abby and Libby line, half of the proceeds will go towards the memorial park And yeah, so, and then the other half would go towards It's a Crime and Shame, obviously.
Right.
So I spent a lot of time creating, and I know Adam's going to make something too. And Deb made a notebook the other day that isn't ready yet, but that's the Abby. That's the one's the totem. I'm just showing you a few things that are on it. This one I made yesterday. It's a crime and shame because
Sunny, and you've shown the Abby and Libby line to Becky, just so everyone.
Correct.
Just
Absolutely.
So she's aware. Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right. So Becky's going to talk to Anna. And so that's another one that I did yesterday. This is the one like at the end of the day. I'm just showing a few different things. This is a sports bra. Adam, perfect for you.
Can't wait.
Sports bra.
And then this really brings out your eyes, Adam.
And then this is like one of the colored mugs. This one comes in different colors as well. Most things come in different colors. But anyway, I love creating. Okay, that's why I like creating videos and tribute videos. They never do as well. Whoops, that looks really small. I didn't realize it was so small. But anyways, yeah. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So on Friday I'll drop it, and yeah.
Those are really good. I love the designs and the artwork, especially the bag one. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, like there's a little mug one as well. Where's that one? Do I have it handy? Oh my goodness. Oh, the scrunchie is really cool too.
But yeah, the scrunchie is cute.
Oops. I had the mug out the other day. Come on, you stupid thing. You know, this thing cute. Oh, here it is. No, that's not the right one. Well, the other one has the justice on it. Oh, well, I'll just show that one as well. Control. All right. There's one that has justice above the top. Yeah, there's one that has the word justice though above the top. That one's like $2 more. Because obviously it takes them more time to make it too. And then there was the scrunchie, which I thought is really cute. You know,
oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, like a hair scrunchie. Again, Abby and Libby. You know, I think it's really important to, of course, to include them in the merch and have a special line that's dedicated to them. You know, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's all about the girls at the end. You know, at the end of the day, it's about the girls. This is the main case we work on. Have no problem bringing other cases to light, of course, but this is the Suzanne Morphew, and this one is like the bones of It's a Crime and Shame, which was Sunny Justice, you know, and did it before. Anyways, Streamlabs. Yeah, I gotta figure some of that stuff out myself, Kristen. I'll probably work on it this weekend. Oh, hey, do you guys have Thanksgiving this Monday like we do? No. You guys are in November, isn't it?
Yeah, ours is in November.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Allie, you go on, Allie.
No, I was just gonna say that I think, you know, what you said about the Delphi murders and Abby and Libby's case being kind of at the forefront of what you're covering. In addition to Suzanne Morphew, you know, I think that's great because honestly, in my opinion, I'm not saying that there is one dude that's specifically to blame for doing all of this. I mean, we're talking about 36 plus 2 individuals, and there's actually more, which I'm going to be covering in upcoming stories. I'm working through that content as we speak. There's more than the 36. But I do believe that there is a group of these guys that are likely conspiring with one another. And there is likely one of them that is maybe responsible for the deaths of Abby and Libby and could be responsible for leading some of those fire death ventures that we've been looking at. Now, I can't say that for sure, but that is what my research points me to believe. I could be wrong. But, again, we're looking at numbers, we're looking at patterns, we're looking at victimology of the girls. And these two that you are showing, if we can crack what happened to them, we are likely going to be one step closer in resolving what happened to everybody else. So, yeah, I mean, I'm very grateful that you're covering their story as much as you are. And I'm grateful for all of the other content creators that are putting information out there. And, some of it is not reliable. Some of it is, but at least we're talking about them in either situation, right? So that's all that matters.
Alexa, I feel the same way. For instance, we know that Nicole Bowen was murdered. We know that Ray Hanisch was murdered. Whether regard, and the thing is that I've always felt like this. Do I believe that Flora is intertangled with some of those people with Delphi? I do, absolutely. Somebody remember for a while?
Kristen.
Oh.
Thank you, Kristen. She's been a member for 2 months.
There you go.
She said, Sunny, these are amazing and beautiful.
Thank you. And so, so I feel like I can't really too much venture out on some of the other cases, because I feel that once Delphi solved that, the other ones will come to light. Because I do feel like some of the people that are involved in Flora are at least connected. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's this group of people that are involved in what's going on. It's not one person, it's many people. So I think that, yes, it's intertangled. Just like I think, we know Ray Hanisch, for instance, is Garrett Kurtz. Now that's a very sloppy case right there. Again, lazy corruption bullshit at its finest. Right there with the Ray Hanisch case, right? No crime scene, because they didn't determine it like that. That one's probably not going to find a happy ending to it. We hope it does. But honestly, when you literally have made it a mockery, really, of the crime scene and never treated it like one because he was gay, it's no different than the Flora girls. Here's this pathetic award versus the Delphi girls award, and both of them deserve justice. And yet the Flora girls, it's really a joke. It's almost like care more about the white kids than the black kids type of feeling.
Well, I mean, law enforcement had the information that led to the arrest of Flint Farmer the week Karina McClurkin went missing.
Yeah,
it took 6 years for them to find that poor girl's body and for that family to get some answers.
Yeah.
And we're it's still yet to be seen whether they will be able to convict him, but I mean, there's no reason that case should have taken 6 years to solve. But it didn't.
I agree. And I think too, when you're looking at these victims as a whole, we see various family members across all of them that have engaged in, same-sex marriages. We see some situations where we have intermixed families, or children that have been born out of wedlock, or a history of drug use. And so it's almost like in this killer's obsessive OCD complex, he's picking out families and, victims that might not uphold a certain moral code of what he believes to be religiously acceptable. And I know that sounds weird, you guys. I understand that might sound crazy, but it is a very real thing. Religious-based terrorism and delusion, where we might be dealing with a serial killer or potential serial killers that believes that he's carrying out God's work by just, shooting off people that, don't matter so much because you're not living by the way that God deems to be acceptable. And it's very scary because I don't know. I mean, I know that we have 2 detectives that have worked over these cases, and I'm talking Flora, Delphi together, 2 detectives. We would need like at least 12 more, is what I had said in one of my videos. And it's true. I mean, I don't know, because I should back up a little bit. There is such a radicalized hate group affiliation history within the state of Indiana. I mean, it goes back. It goes back to the KKK. It goes back to Aryan Brotherhood. It goes back, if you guys research Indiana's history, there is some real big truth to what I'm saying now, to what Sunny has probably said, what I know Kristen has said, what many of us have said, but people don't really want to connect it. And by people, I mean maybe enforcement.
Right.
Yeah. I think of. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, at the end of the day, I do my own work. I like to do my own work. I like to dig hard. I like to dig deep. I don't like to float off other people's information, although I will always look at it. But you know what I mean? Like, meaning, which reminds me, and I just want to say this only because it's before I forget. So another rumor that's been dispelled by Becky Patty, Pat Brown, and Becky Patty's family has no relation whatsoever to Pat Brown's wife. Everyone keeps saying that Pat Brown married a German and blah, blah, blah. So Becky Patty said to me today that is not truthful. And basically, they are tired of feeding or telling people things because basically they get twisted around all the time, which is true. Because I have heard this, not as long as other people have, obviously. But because I said to her, because I just ask her, I just go straight to the horse's mouth. Hey, Becky, can you tell me if this is true or not? Okay, thanks. So I asked her that one today. Or no, I asked her if Ron Logan knew the Klines, Tony Kline. I said, maybe you could ask Pat Brown, because I believe you have a family member that's married and maybe he would know or whatever. And she says, well, that's not true. She goes, no, she doesn't know. And then it's not true that there's no family member that's married to Pat Brown that's of a relative to them. So it's things like that I hope that this channel can provide some truth to what is being said instead of twisting the Patties or Kelseys or whatever words around, because that's very disheartening in itself, right? I'm here just to search for truth, offer some theories, but usually my theories are based on, information that's not like fabricated information. It's things that are, most of the stuff that I put out is a lot to do with what has been being said by Garrett Kurtz or Chris Mathis, Nick Edwards, things that, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot, like, meaning there's a very few pliable reasons why these girls were murdered. And it's when it goes into orbit land and, outer space land, that it's kind of like, you guys, let's just rein it back in a little bit here, because it's really trying to take out some of these rumors that even I didn't know. I knew nothing about this marriage thing until a while back of supposedly Pat Brown. And then Becky says, no, it's not true. And I'm like, okay, well, thanks.
I hadn't heard that until, that's very interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So again, it just goes back to, again, the work that I personally do myself, whether Deborah Adam can always speak for themselves on their work. The work I do for myself is because I want the answers. I want the answers. It's not about, again, it's not about who is right or who is wrong.
Yeah.
It's just about answers. It's about answers. That's it. And it doesn't matter if I'm wrong. Doesn't matter if I'm right. It just is that there's these 2 beautiful girls right in front of us that had a life to live. The Flora girls had a life to live. The Evansdale girls had a right to live. And these psychopaths, sociopaths, any of these people that have taken these lives, it's heartbreaking. And you're a mother, Allie. So exactly, it breaks your heart when you look at these two beautiful faces. And
I could not imagine. I mean, honestly, like knowing how long it takes to make a child and to rear it, and you're going through labor for God knows how long, and then raising it, and you think you never get out of the twos, and then all of a sudden you raise it to the point to where these little girls, they had so much of their lives in front of them. And
Fax is in the house. He says, thank you for supporting
Allie. Good to see you. I saw Gonzo was here too. I'm great to see you as well.
Gonzo's here as well.
Gonzo in the house?
Yeah, he was.
I'm trying to keep up with you guys.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, I seen was Deb in the house now? There's Deb too. Personally, for me, when I seen Allie in our chat, I really just liked a lot of the comments she was saying. Informative, stuff like that. There's a lot of people. And then, so then I realized, obviously, you have a channel. And I was just like, hey, want to come on? Because great.
I'm so glad. I really enjoyed all of you. I know Deb's not here tonight outside of the chat, but you guys are all very good. And like you said, you stick to the facts, and that's so important. So thank you.
It's just, what? At the core of all of this is about the girls. Whenever somebody tries to turn it back, that I'm making it about myself or money or anything like that, or any other channel that they're trying to say that to, it's just like, it's so pathetic that people need to stoop to those levels and take away from the actual caring people of the world that really do truly care and want to make a difference in this world. So, I can always see true hearts when I come across them. That's why there's certain people like Cop Facts, like Gonzo. And I can tell with yourself, Allie, like Kristen of the worlds, like Debs of the world, Adams of the world, people in chat, Sloop, Alexa, people that really have true caring hearts that are in here. And that's the part I appreciate. So when those other ones jump off the bandwagon and unsubscribe and stuff like that or whatever, it's okay. It's okay. Because for the right reasons, this channel will always be here. And the people that want to make a mockery and a joke of this case by trying to misdirect all the time or try to bring, a lot of different just craziness to it, I'm focused. I know exactly where my focus is. And that's on these two girls and the other cases. Trust me, I feel like, again, the other cases, that if Delphi becomes solved here and we hear something with Delphi, that it will open up the door for some of those other ones. That's how I feel. Preach it, Sonny. All right. Amen. All right.
I think so too. And I just noticed that True Crime Web is in here with us as well.
Yeah,
hi, Steve.
Yeah.
You are doing great things. Thank you so much for all you do.
Allie, he's in it for the money. I'm playing, Steve. No, Steve.
Yes, I'm convinced. No.
Steve and his wife are both incredible people.
They are. They're amazing. Amazing. You guys, please check out True Crime Web if you haven't already. Very, very knowledgeable group there, because he's actually served as a law enforcement officer.
How did I not say his name a minute ago? I'm so sorry, Steve. You know what? Come use those handcuffs on me, Steve. All right. And that's for later on tonight, though. But I didn't say his name in the mix of it, even though I knew he was in here. Bad, Sonny, bad.
Right.
Oh no.
Because Steve, he was. I remember seeing him on Marvin Frank's show, and then I don't know. I remember he had emailed me the once or whatever, and I don't even remember how it started. Really, I don't know. If he emailed me, and I was just like,
"Hey, he emailed you, and you had him on, and we had a great conversation with him." And
then we stole him, and then it was like, "Here, be free now." And dude, because the whole point is that, for us, we have no problem helping out other channels Like, especially like, for instance, CD or True Crime Web, here, let's just try to get them to 1,000 people. Not that they wouldn't have got there. Right. Of course. Right. Because you see the trueness in who they are. And CD is another one. Right. Just an amazing personality, speaks the truth. There's nothing unreal about that guy. And I just love that stuff. I like just the genuineness of someone's heart. That's what I always seek and find. And those are the people that will always remain close to my heart for being that type of person.
I know. I could have used all this used all this ex-law enforcement in my life when I was in my 20s.
Who's messaging me? Somebody's messaging me. Anyway, go on, you two. I'm just going to look at something here for a sec.
So what are you guys going to be looking into next? Any future plans, video plans, or?
Oh, are you trying to twist it back on us, are you?
I just don't want to dominate your show tonight. I feel bad about that.
We're always working on a million things. I think, between the three of us, we're always working on different things and multiple things at once.
Oh, yeah.
They all just come to different levels of fruition, and some, I think we're really good about getting it, if we took everything to air that we got, like information we had, that would, one, I don't think it's responsible. And two, I just, we're all pretty picky about what we put out there.
Yeah. And like I was saying earlier, it takes so much time to research everything. And then you talk about having to put something together that's to capture people's attention for long enough to be useful, which lives are very good because we can see everybody and it's real time. But still, even before lives, there's so much collection and research and review that goes into the corroboration of what we're saying, so that we're not misidentifying information or leading people down a rabbit hole that is completely false.
Right. And I know for myself, I'm not very good at facilitating people for a cause. So like when I make a connection with someone, like even if they're a source, it becomes a really genuine relationship. And family members too. I mean, I talk to Jerry McClurkin sometimes, some of the Patty family, so I mean, then these people are real people, and then so then it's like cultivating those relationships is important as well, because I care so much about their the victims in these cases. So
I think that bothers me the most because, like what you've just said, I've worked with a lot of the family, not with the Delphi case, but and other situations outside of Delphi, where I've communicated with people that have known the family members very well or have been involved directly with them. And it's so much more than just a source of entertainment. It's which none of us want to look at this that way, but anytime you can talk about something so devastating, having not undergone this situation on our own, it's hard to really fathom how hard people are hurting that have actually been through it until you speak to them, which I think is why they don't really want to go public a lot of the time with the information that they might have. A lot of people ask, well, why are they never on TV? Why haven't we heard from them for so long? Well, there are reasons, because we have certain people in the world that we're in that aren't as considerate or maybe as passionate, that might be in it for the wrong reasons. I don't know. But I totally understand what you're saying.
I just believe, and I really, Adam, remind me of that retired cop's name that I couldn't remember before.
Cop Facts?
No, not Cop Facts. Not it's something no more. Something no more.
Unsolved no more.
Unsolved no. God, all these unsolved things and stuff. Okay.
Is that it? Is it Unsolved no more?
Unsolved no more. I think his name is something like Ken Maines.
Yes.
Yeah, Ken Maines. Yeah, he's good.
He put out a video, and I don't really watch him. I only watched him a couple of times. I don't really watch a lot of people's YouTubes. You have to understand I truly don't. And that's just not even made up. I really would rather be working on the stuff that I do because of the fact that I like to do my own information. It's hard for me. I'll watch a few videos here and there, but Ken Mains I watch. And the main thing out of that, Ali, that I loved was he did this video, and this was when people were shitting on AWP a bit. But anyways, all I care about is this is my lane. They can worry about their lane. I don't care what any other channel does whatsoever at all.
Yeah.
Whether you trash me, bash me, whether you like me, don't, or whether you like, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. The focus of this is me. What other people want to do, I have no control over, because again, it really comes back to your control of your own actions and your own thoughts. So for me, the focus is here and out there. Like I said, people can do whatever they want. That's up to them. That's between them. And if they want to do it for money purposes or whatever, that's up to them. Again, it's not my personal way, but who am I to judge them, really? I might not respect it myself, but that's okay, because there's some people that will go, well, I don't respect you, Sunny. I don't really care either. It's kind of because, again, we're here for a purpose, and the purpose is about the girls. So when people want to turn it about me and stuff like that, again, go right. Why? Like, you're taking away the cases. So be useful and productive with your time. If you want to use your mouth, use it on your channel. Like, use it somewhere on the channel or something like that, and make a difference. Instead of making a difference, adding extra weight to your tongue because you think that you're a keyboard warrior or something that is actually having an impact on me, and you're not. Because the focus is, the focus is on the girls. The focus is on the other cases that are going on, and there is so many. And I want to say I've never heard of that case either. The Jessica Madker, I think it was, case. Somebody was bringing up in chat there, because there's just so many, right? Nobody could possibly cover all these cases. I mean, there's just too many, but you can at least keep bringing awareness to cases. That's the bottom line. So people are going to use their time, use it wisely. If you care about being in the true crime community, do it for what you're supposed to be in here, or what you should be in here for. Instead of sitting there flapping your gums or whatever, like I said, make yourself a channel. Say what you want, on that channel.
True.
And make a difference. The
only thing I don't like is when creators say something that could really pose as a detriment to the ongoing case that's in place. If people are putting out information that might be legitimate, it might not be legitimate, but they're doing it in such a way that could hinder law enforcement's ability to move forward. And, we then have to risk doxing ourselves to call these idiots out because they're hurting these victims. That's when I get a little bit like, don't go there. Please don't go there. We don't need this out there, and we've seen that recently. I'm not going to mention any names, but we've seen it across a couple of situations. And I just, this isn't Jerry Springer. This is people's lives. And like you said, Sunny, this is about ensuring that we can obtain justice for these victims, because when it becomes a Jerry Springer situation, that's the whole reason why law enforcement doesn't want to trust or work with people like you or I, who have nothing to do with law enforcement, but yet we, caring and having something valuable to bring forward to the table, it might be something they might want to consider, but it's everybody else that ends up kind of screwing it up for the rest of us. And that's where I'm like, you got to stop. This isn't about your journalism venture or your ability to gain views. This isn't about your ability to gain $10. This is about these girls. You want it solved, or do you want to make it worse? Because that's what it comes down to.
So JL, so I'm going to address this one right here because this is a perfect example. JLTR, whatever your name is, 99. This is absolutely false, actually. Like your channel, but the last few times I tune in, you're defensive about other creators.
Well, I have been. Maybe he's talking about me, because I'll tell you, I have been for the reasons I've outlined. So JLTJR, thank you for noticing. I appreciate that.
You know, I don't know if it was for you or me, but even if it was for this channel, again, it was said multiple times in our live. This was not against any creator. So if it is towards me, absolutely wrong. Do your homework before you speak if it's about this channel, because that's what it gets me, is that people like that right now, like if it's for this channel, you're twisting things around. You don't know your facts. No, we did not attack no creator the other night at all. We were even analyzing or critiquing, like we've said, was Kegan Kline and the source, a source that has charges. Even on Navallius, the one that you sent me, which I had watched already, the Irish guy said the exact same thing. Why would we take someone's word? This was nothing about the creator at all. This was about the fact, okay, hey, if you want to run with that information, great. What does upset me about the whole Abby and Libby thing is the fiasco that's getting created because of this whole little Kegan Kline information. Well, Kegan Kline is an absolute liar. Anyone that even knows about Delphi knows that that is an absolute joke about, like, that would have happened. There's nothing even talked about why. It's kind of like, here's a blurb about what happened. Here's the end story. Yeah, me and my dad, red Jeep, end of story. Yeah, I was part of it. Okay, anyone knows that that would be hogwash, that is realistic about the case. Doesn't matter. He can put that out there. But I'm there to say, you know, anyone with a sensible brain will know that Kegan Kline is produced. If he's the one that's producing this information, it's a crock of crap. And that the source, of course, he's a con, like meaning he's a convict. He has 14 charges. So if he thinks that why people wouldn't want to scrutinize him, all right, okay, then I don't think there was nothing wrong with that. So that was our point. We multiple times, Alex said it, I said it, you know, Deb said it. There was no attack on that.
Are you talking about Greeno or DNR?
No, we're talking about DNR. Greeno is a whole different story.
I got the two confused.
Yeah. No, I mean, Greeno's a piece of work in himself. Okay, there you go. That's not a creator. That's a con man. That's a con artist. That there's a whole different ball of wax. But when these people come in and want to be so judgmental, you know, and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to mess with, you know, trying to sit there, the shade of like Greeno. I did, and I have no problem saying I did, because he's a con artist. That guy should be in jail, exactly where he belongs. But as for the other day, there was no attack on that gentleman whatsoever. He obviously felt it was. There was not. And if anyone actually watched the live, which he did not, meaning the creator, then he would have realized. He was just upset because we were critiquing his source. And he felt that we were making it into a circus act. But his comments, like I said to you before the live, were worse than a typical troll's comments. They were so disrespectful, I took them down. It wasn't even a nice comment. They were just hateful comments. And I thought, dude, you are worse than any troll that I've ever seen for your comments, and your creator, and you have professionalism. But yet people want to go, oh, there's Sunny. You know, she's saying this or she's saying that. Again,
I thought you were very respectful. I thought the chat was respectful from what I had witnessed. Yes. You said nothing to warrant any type of reaction like that. And maybe it's sometimes because sometimes people think that they're going to face a reaction, that they're hyper defensive. So any type of reaction that they do face, they kind of explode and thinking that, you know, it was worse than it actually was. But I just couldn't understand. It was almost reminiscent to me of, was it somebody else in addition to you that kind of just put this poor guy over the edge? Because I didn't see any of it from
I literally don't know. I don't watch the dude at all.
Yeah.
I seen him once before. Like I said, I remember leaving a comment, and I'm pretty sure I wrote a comment back, and that's the reason why I remembered him. I didn't care. Like I said, if he wants to put out that information and he got that information and wanted to share it, it's up to every person to decide whether they believe it's factual or not. But I'm not here to play games, and I'm not here to try to play joke, make a mockery of this case whatsoever. Again, but the internet will be the internet, and so when people say I'm defensive, look, like I said already, I don't have to take insults. I don't have to have you as a subscriber if you're going to insult the channel, because at the end of the day, it will grow because of the people that are here for the right reasons. And there's so many people out there that if they want to take away from the real reasons behind it, well, you know what? Do you all day long, because this channel will do its thing all day long. So, and then, so people instantly somewhat jumped on the little bit of the bandwagon, less of some subscribers and stuff like that. Okay, great. So those people weren't in it for the real reasons. They wanted to come in here and attack, and they never really watched the video either. Or, because if anyone watched it, they saw we did not attack that creator whatsoever. I'm going to hold firm on it. That's fine. At the end of the day, it's about doing the right things for the right reasons, and simple as that. So I'm fine with it. I'm not taking down the videos. They are fine just the way that they are, and I'm going to let them run, and we move forward, we move on, and it's simple as that,
Well, you know what I find interesting about all of this and his response is you are not the only one questioning what the cellmate supposedly heard from Kegan. All right. Now, his cellmate was not it's not the first time that we have heard this information. In fact, the first time that I heard anything about any of this was from somebody different who has their own Apple podcast. That when they released the information that the cellmate did, I was just like, why did you do that? This is not good. Let's say that he's right. Let's say that he's not right. In either situation, it could lead to a contamination of a jury. It could lead to, Kegan's protection being in violation, the police's protection being in violation. Simple little things that were said that law enforcement has not told us, whether it come from a certain podcaster or whether it come from Kegan's supposed cellmate.
Good night,
Michelle. Right? Yeah. It might not be a good situation because it's not something that law enforcement themselves has put out there. And granted, I know that they haven't put a lot out there. And I know that there's been some leaks of information that people are considering to be valuable in relation to Ron Logan or some of the Kegan Kline transcripts that we've reviewed. But did these individuals obtain law enforcement's permission, as they did with those transcripts being released, to put the information out there that they did? And so I'm very glad that you did question it, Sonny. And if he got upset about it, so be it. But, this is an ongoing trial. These are two innocent girls. And as you've mentioned before, it's about them and ensuring that they receive justice. It's not about being the first person to put something out there that could damage their ability to get the justice that they deserve.
Right.
Why wouldn't
I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, why wouldn't you question the integrity of that information? Right. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead, Adam.
Well, I mean,
I wanted to commend you. I don't think that you did anything wrong by saying, hey, we're dealing with Kegan. He's a liar. He's done nothing but lie. For anything, he could have potentially lied and said that his own dog did it, just for an opportunity to get out of jail, get some wine, get a cheeseburger or 5, and, sleep in a comfortable bed. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is telling the truth. I don't want to take that away from him either. Maybe he has told the truth, but
Correct.
that's information that should come out in the trial, not on someone's YouTube channel.
Well, I thought a little bit of the joke of it was that it's kind of like when he was speaking, it was almost like, and he says that, you know, like he's going to allow me to share it with the, you know, Ali. Oh, was that after the live of all this information that you're sending it in, but you have to get the live out first? That's the only thing that I questioned in my head was, wouldn't you have probably sent it off first or something? But again, I'm not here to do him. You're here to do me. But can we critique? Anyone wants to critique channels? Of course they're gonna. I'm not critiquing. I wasn't critiquing his channel. And Lewis, like I said, and Lewis like said many times, you know, like, I'm no disrespect at all to the guy. He said that multiple times. We were critiquing the information because out of Kegan's mouth, and this has been said, like you said, correct, from murder sheets, first, is that it's kind of like, okay, here we go again with more silly, what I consider silly drama that anyone that knows the case would know that, you know, it's a crock of crap coming out, especially out of Kegan's mouth. Whatever manipulative story he's trying to produce to people, and if they want to fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, by all means. But to me, I'm here to dig for the truth, not for baloney, and not for, you know, this whole fictitious story that seems to have evolved again. But again, if people want to be haters because of that, and they want to go down that trail of okay, you know, Mr. You know, Kegan was sitting in the Jeep, had no part of it till his dad came along. You know, like, again, why would somebody just implicate themselves if they haven't been charged? It was just ridiculous to me. The whole thing that probably did contrive out of Kegan's mouth. And it seems like he's trying to play people again for fools. I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool. Not to Kegan, not to liars. I don't fall for that stuff. I do my work first, you know, about that. But I've done enough work to know that there's not even an ounce of, well, maybe there's an ounce. Very little truth is in there. Let me put it that way, if anything.
Well, the thing seems to be, you know, those stories that were told across his soulmate and whomever else might have provided the other set of information seems to be relatively consistent from what we know across both situations. So that is one thing that I guess can be corroborated across 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different sources. I don't know who all Kegan has potentially spoken to here.
We know,
but again, I think, you know, the motive of it all, like, is it for him to get a cheeseburger and some wine and a nice hotel room where he feels like he can finally have some privacy? And, you know, he's so pissed off at the cops for how he's being treated, he's just going to throw someone random out there? Or is he really telling the truth? And we don't know that. But given the 2 scenarios of, you know, truth or lie.
Right. I mean, if this person had literally no criminal record whatsoever, in a sense, I would put a little bit more credence. And the only thing that I put that we were putting out there, well, we were questioning, because we have an expert on that deals in handwriting. So we were questioning the signature, because I think even to an untrained eye, it was kind of sus, but whatever. If it's real, it's real. I would like to, and I was hoping Adam maybe could talk to a certain person to see if he has a signature. Starts with D, you know, Mr. Roommate there. But at the end of the day, Kegan has no chirp money. Nobody's putting chirp money on. You don't think that possibly that there's some money, that someone's trying to make money? These people don't have exactly stellar lives behind them at all. And it's just, to me, is it a con game? What kind of game are you playing, dude? Because why shouldn't anyone kind of look at you with an eyebrow raised? If you're going to come out of, like, I think Kelly said as well to me the other day, like, what's the next cellmate going to come out with? What information is that next cellmate going to sell us that comes out of jail that stayed with in Kegan's cell with them? You know, probably same bunch of malarkey. to be honest, but maybe for a different reason. But again, it's hard to trust people, right? If they have an extensive criminal record behind them, I'm pretty sure it's hard. Yeah. But anyways.
I mean, he's been in jail for over 2 years. So are we just now learning about this? Like, why suddenly the change in heart? You know, what I'm not saying people can't change. Maybe he's had a conversation with Jesus for all I know. I don't know. But I mean, the guy's been in there for over 2 years. And so I don't know. I guess if that river search is connected, maybe we'll have our answer as to whether or not he was telling the truth. But I can tell you, if they are going to take this to a grand jury, we're probably not going to know anything about that until well after the trial. You know,
Allie, apparently Mike Essery really wants Adam to get 2 words in here. So, and I think Deb was in agreement there. So go ahead, Adam. What do you want to say?
Oh no, those are my 2 words now.
There you go. She's done. He's good.
No, I agree with everything both of you are saying. I do personally feel like Ali was saying, with the collaboration or the corroboration of what Kegan told the cellmate, and being very close to what we know he's told 1 or 2 other people, just that we know personally. You know, to me, it doesn't put the fault so much on the cellmate as it does on just questioning what Kegan says. We know that Kegan is a known liar, and we know that he is the first person to throw other people under the bus when he is questioned at all. I mean, he did it with friend 1. He did, you know, he then later did it with his father. I'm not saying that, you know, that's not warranted. I think there probably is a lot of truth to his dad being involved. But, you know, I don't discredit any creator for putting out the information that they choose to put out. I might not agree with it, but that's their choice, you know. And I think that, you know, like, I know personally, I was told about the Red Jeep information the week before Murder Sheet put it out. I know they probably had the information as well, but I didn't feel like that was something that we should put out. And, you know, same with the river search and the helicopter. I mean, I was told a lot of information about what that helicopter was doing that we've not put out, and we won't, because I was asked not to, and 2, I don't think it's helpful to the investigation of the case.
Correct.
Yeah. Especially pertaining to the information it was, because it was pertinent. But I don't think it's our business to put it out on a YouTube show, just because I had someone tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, those are my 2 words.
Straight from the horse's mouth. There, Mike, I just want to know, are you feeling better now? Do you feel the love of Adam? You know, you can't get 2 chicks, right? Well, Deb's more of a silent one.
That's just my fake account that I chat under when I want to talk. I'm like, let Adam talk.
Yeah, I know. I'm really loving Adam's backdrop. It's so awesome.
Oh, thank you.
It's just so romantic. Yeah. You know, I wanted to show you guys something. I haven't showed this yet, besides privately to somebody. But you know that thing on the Bee Gees hip, that brown satchel-y looking thing or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how much you know that I show pictures. I look at the crime scene pictures, or what people, I'll say supposedly the crime scene, just because it's not technically ever been said that it was whatever. But anyway, so I do pictures, okay? And so I'm not ever sure if you ever seen the pictures that I do, you know, like with the BG and mask, or you know, like the camera on his head.
I was like that.
Well, you know, like it's kind of like this, right? This is one of the knives, and there's different things going on. Microphone, but bottom line is, BG has a camera on his head. Said it a long time ago. You know, I think there's a few of us that said it a long time ago. But I dive into that stuff. But I'm still always curious why I still think that Julian Powell is the reason why he's on the bridge the day before. Um, Again, whether it's the pig snout. This is one right here, headset, bunny. This one's not showing both bunny eyes, or this is just to give people an idea. Like here's a camera, and that's hence why like the UBO and kick and different things is that who knows exactly what has gone on, what's transpired. But when you see that there's a camera on the BG's head, and then you see cameras that are placed at the crime scene as well. Can you make out that that's a camera? Like, I mean, I'm looking at these things all day long. So when I look at it, it just stands right out to me. Can you make out that that's a camera? Or if I do it like this way? Like this is one of those round.
It definitely looks like there's a camera type of object on his arm. I mean, I don't know what else.
This is at the crime scene, actually, this one. So when I show this would be at what is said to be the crime scene. But the one that I wanted to show, did I send it to myself?
Was that on the bridge that one was taken?
No, this is the bridge.
Now? Yeah.
This is the bridge. And then there was the site where the girls were found, right? So basically there's a big bunny that's there. Like say this is like the crime scene, for instance, right? But I have to take the pictures to make it so that you guys understand them the best that I can, because you're dealing with something that happened in the day. But obviously if someone showed you pictures of the crime scene during the day from a helicopter point of view, you're not going to make out nothing besides white trees and you're not going to really see it at all. So in order to manipulate the pictures, in a sense, you have to change coloring. You don't manipulate the actual what you're looking at. You're just manipulating the coloring so it like might stand out more. And so if I show you a pig nose, for instance, you have to, or a mask, you have to manipulate so that you're trying to make it, you understand that this is a bladed object that's at the crime scene, so that you can see the pictures in the best light. But the one, I thought that I brought it in here, but I guess I didn't. So here it is, right here. Okay, so now again, this might look like crap to some people, and it might be gold to other people. So on the BG's hip, everyone knows that on the left side, looking at the video, the BG has what looks like some sort of brown satchel-y thing. Okay, so I happened to be looking through pictures for some reason. And I was looking back at pictures and I was like, oh, let me go look at this one. Because I use a program sometimes called Fishbowl. Fishbowl allows you to almost like zoom in even more than a magnifying glass. So I thought I would play with this one. And of course, I've had to change the coloring. So just because you're seeing it as white doesn't mean that it's white. But at the crime scene, I can determine, at least myself, again, my information, that there's stuffed animals. There's a big bunny rabbit. There is what looks like a cat that's beside one of the victims. I'll take that as catfishing it if it ever turns out to be a cat, but it sure looks like a cat. But anyways, this is on the side hip here. And can you guys make that out? Like, because I see the eye very clearly. And not only do I see the eye of a stuffed animal, I see a pupil. I can literally see the pupil. Can you guys see that? I've never shown this before besides privately. But if I'm showing this to you guys, can you guys actually make out that that's like a pupil of you don't even have to agree it's a stuffed animal, just that there's the pupil. Like there's literally a pupil. Can you make it out?
To me, it honestly looks like somebody is holding another person down.
Really?
There's a girl laying with the head to the left, and then you can see her shoulders like laying, her arm laying extended, and then the other person is holding like this on top of the shoulders. You might not be able to see, but like this on the top of the shoulders. If I were to come up and grab you on your shoulders, it looks like there's two separate heads, like two separate bodies. Do you see that, or am I?
No, well, let me put it this way.
I didn't know what this was. So that's like what I first saw when I was looking.
Well, the thing, okay, now this is the thing. There's a difference between the work that I do. So I know that this is just a small little stuffed animal inside of this pouch.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, so if you think about that thing that's on his right eye, but this is exactly what it is, because it's like looking at a cloud. I know exactly that this is some sort of stuffed animal, and it's some sort of, I don't know if it's, I don't want to call it a bunny rabbit. I don't even know, because it doesn't look like a cat. You know, might be a little piggy in there. I don't know. All I know is that eye is not really usually how they make cat eyes. But it's one
Thank
second.
you guys in chat for agreeing. I'm glad I don't sound crazy here.
Well, it's a white ghost because the true color is actually more of what it looks like, a brown color. But again, you're talking about, I just want to wait 1 second here. Just 1 sec, Allie, and chat or whatever. Just because I would rather just, okay. I'd rather just pull it up or grab a picture anyway. Because
I do see the eye, by the way, Sunny. Now that you say it's a stuffed animal, I definitely see the eye.
Well, it's one of those things is that because I do like what it is that, I take a picture and I'll, crop it in, zoom it in until I can reach a point that I can make something out. This one I remember watching the video, ISP. And then, okay, so I know this is a crappy pixelation here, but I just grabbed it quickly off the internet. But obviously right here is the little, whatever you want to call it, satchel, pouch, whatever. So within this area here is this brown little object or pink little object. And that's why I'm saying it looks white to you when I do it this way, but it's truly not. It's just how I had to bring it to enhance it so that you could see the eye, when really it's not that color. It's more of this color that you're looking at. But it was just a matter of, so yeah, there's probably no way that it's a woman holding somebody down, but no. But that's exactly it, right? It's kind of like here, Allie, if you look at this picture, okay, what we call the bunny rabbit, and then you see the bunny ear flop right here. Again, it's one of those things is that to look at it this way, it's, you might understand that there's a bunny there, but usually, or the mask is here, or there's masks up here and stuff like that. But again, you have to show them in ways like this mask that's right here. You have to show it kind of like that so that somebody gets the understanding that it's a mask. Or you have to show the bunny up closer so that you can say, hey, okay, well, this is a microphone, a headset here so picture that this is that big bunny, like a circus. Here's the microphone. Here's camera right in front of Mr. Little Bunny there. This is like a phone object here, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't like to speculate on things that I can't really see too well. But I mean, bladed object, camera. I know that this is a microphone headset that's up on top, bunny eye, whatever. So I just, like I said, it's the work that I like to do.
That's cool. Well, very interesting.
What I find a little bit, this is a very self-serving project for myself, but what I love is when people kind of, you try to bring information to show people so that they can have a grasp on a possible reason or motive, what might have happened this day. So if there's a camera on BG's head and there's cameras at the said crime scene, you're trying to paint a picture of what possibly has gone on and what the meaning is about why the girls were murdered. And then you have your people out there that go, well, you can't make shit out of her pictures. Well, really? So obviously you don't even intend to try. Because my point is this, I do it for myself first and foremost. And because I know people want to know answers about why it happened is the reason that I try to produce the best that I can. But we all know, unless someone has got a way better, clearer picture of the bridge guy, and I'm sure the case would have been solved by now if that's true. But it's a distorted video. And even the crime scene itself, you're just trying to take an image from a helicopter and capturing your best images. And it might take me 30, 40 images to get to this point. It could take me 2 days. And so actually something that, again, people don't even realize is that on the bridge guy here, and I'm not going to show the picture yet because I'm not finished working on it. Whoops, sorry. But on the bridge guy, is he actually has, and you guys don't see this by looking at it, and you might laugh at me till you're blue in the face. Doesn't matter. He actually has a tactical type jacket on. I've seen the tactical jacket, but you guys don't see it. Just like you guys don't see right here that on this side of his thing, I can clearly show you in another picture that he has some sort of I don't even know what device, because it comes off looking like a radio device, like, you know, like a walkie-talkie device, or it could, but I don't even know that it's that. But you can clearly see that there's a device here, but you'll never notice it by looking at this picture. But yet, clear as day, I can show you a picture right now. Actually, do I have it? Anyways, you guys talk. I'll look and see. But it's stuff like that if people truly understood what was going on, I think of it as Call of Duty. That what you see, what you see with, well, when you look at this picture, Allie, whatever, do you see a camera on his head, for instance? If you were just to look at this picture, even if you blew it up, you know,
I would not see it. No, right. Not with the common eye. But I think if you were to try to zoom in as possible and maybe change the coloration and look at different shades and different, I don't even know if I've done anything like that. I think it's very interesting.
Double Rainbow, what does your comment mean about why show us a bunny? I'm not sure I understand that. I'm showing you the bunny because that's something that would be deemed as being at the crime scene, that they have a bunny there. So why would a bunny be there? So it's just one of those things. Like I said, you know what? I'm not even going to bother to pull up the other picture, to be honest. I'll show it when I'm good and ready if I want to, because it becomes about my work, me trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And if people want to understand it and take time to, they will. And if they don't, they won't. At the end of the day, I keep saying this, I don't really care, because the answers will always come from the LE when it's time. And we can only provide whatever information that we can to submit to them and hope for one day for justice. Like that's the end of the thing, period. We can only submit things we know or came across. It's their job to figure it out. For me, I'm just trying to understand why the girls were killed. What reason? Was it a CSAM thing? Was it a sick, twisted video of murder that they wanted to cash in on? What was the purpose? But when the BG has a camera on his head and there's cameras across the crime scene and knives and stuff like that, and they specifically, Ellie was looking for that stuff at the beginning of the case, who had a knife collection, you know, about camera recorders they were looking for, 2 + 2 on that one. So if I'm showing you cameras, it's because Ali was even looking. If I'm showing you a knife, chances are it's a good pliable thing that's the case. I'm not making up the pictures. I'm not trying to create anything besides giving people a little bit of knowledge out there if they want knowledge. And if they don't have to. Simple as that. It's an end goal for me to understand why the girls were murdered that day. I'm hoping that it will be solved at some point.
I think it's great. I love that you're doing that, because You know what? Honestly, I think back to some of the earlier footage that I was looking at with the helicopter videos that were circulating at one point in time. And granted, I have to say, I don't know how real those videos are or whether or not they had been altered. But to me, it clearly looked like there was some sort of stuffed animal or some type of I don't know, it could have been a bear, it could have been a bunny or something. So when you're showing me what you see here, it leads me back to thinking what I had seen from those earlier videos. And I'm thinking, this is really cool that you took the time to actually look into it this far. So I think it's very cool.
This is from the Devil's Hop Yard picture. Because I know there were some other like pictures and things going around of the crime scene that wasn't the crime scene. They were actually like,
was there?
Yeah, they've been debunked.
Okay.
Yeah, it could have been made up for all I don't know. Yeah. I remember seeing that.
I mean, if you looked at the scale, some people were claiming there were pictures of the bodies in a whole different place. But when you looked at the scale of it, I mean, it would have literally made the girls like the size of a tree. And so it didn't make much sense. And you could actually even see the helicopter tail.
That one,
picture.
Yeah, so much misinformation.
Well, yes, but and sad because people really have to do the due diligence for themselves to
very true
things.
And I mean, it's not uncommon for serial killers to stage crime scenes because they want to throw law enforcement off. I mean, there could have been something ritualistic. There could have been something completely non-secular. There could have been some sort of symbolism, whether it be, a plushed animal, whether the girls were posed a certain way, which we've found out that, yes, there was some posing.
Right.
But at some level, they have to keep some of that information private because only the killer would know. But I don't think it's like too far off to say, he probably did have a camera. Whoever did this probably did have a camera, whether it be through, a camera itself or some type of device that was going to be used to record the whole situation. What is that type of video that they do where like they film, I don't watch this, obviously. I don't know. It's like a violent type of essay that they do.
Gore? PLI?
I don't know. But...
or torture, or like torture.
Yeah, it's like a violent type that they would then record and post onto the dark web or whatever.
Right.
So if they, I guess in that situation, if let's say whoever was doing this were to record something and then sell it to someone else that could provide a profit, then, I mean, that could be a potential reason, a motive opportunity, whatever. I don't know.
I just wanted to say really quickly, double rainbows. You're allowed to ask any question you want. No, we know you aren't bashing.
Oh yeah, no, she's so sweet, so sweet. I don't think she was meaning to say anything mean at all.
Not at all. Yeah, we love double rainbow.
Yeah.
It was, why would you show us a bunny? The question was, why would you show us a bunny? I was looking down at pictures and I said, why would you ask that? Because I just finished talking about the bunny. And then so it was like, why would you show us a bunny? So I'm like saying double rainbows. Why would you ask about the bunny or whatever? Again, if Double Rainbows wants to read more into that, so I'm sorry, Double Rainbow. If you felt that way, I'm busy trying to look at pictures, and I looked up and I seen that, and I'm just going, okay, well, I was just talking about the bunny. So to me, it was like, why would you show us a bunny? Because it was to do with the crime scene. That's how I saw that when I read it. So anyways, I'm going to stop.
Because I was asking why the photo of the bunny, because I didn't know that was a part of the crime scene until Aussie explained that to me. So I think she was just asking like, why? Makes total sense.
I don't know. I just seen the question, why are you showing us the bunny? Double Rainbows, because like Double Rainbows knows this channel. I've shown the crime scene and the different ones many times. So I don't know. I was looking down at pictures. If it wasn't meant to be an insult to you, Double Rainbow, I'm sorry if you took it that way. Like I said, I'm just kind of trying to do things on the go here as I'm talking. So, and you know what can I say? If you felt that way, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit here and apologize all day either.
No.
So what I was going to show you in this one, is that, sorry, you know, I will apologize, actually, Double Rainbow, because as soon as I seen it, I'm so tired of being attacked when it comes to certain things that I took that as an attack right when I seen it. I was like, what do you mean? Why am I showing a bunny? I literally just explained it. I'm so tired of being attacked lately. It does get to you sometimes. I work my fucking ass off to show people shit. Just for people to go, you know, like make a mockery out of it. You know, like what's in front of their face right now is hard work just to even get it to that point. You see in his pocket, there's some sort of bladed knife coming out of it or whatever that is. You know? So yes, when I saw a question saying, why are you showing the bunny? It was like, Double Rainbows knows this channel. So I took it as an attack. I did, Double Rainbows. And I apologize, but I am a little sensitive to constantly showing things to try to help other people see it and then turning around getting bashed. It gets old. And I don't have to put up with it. I'm here for the girls. That's it. So I apologize, Double Rainbows, if that came off as snappy to you. Because I do work hard. I work all around the clock for these girls to bring justice.
You're doing great. And you know what? Double Rainbows would never say anything funny. She's a great supporter. And we know and we love the work you're doing. And I think this is fascinating. So do not let people
we know your heart,
get
Sonny.
to you. It's okay. We're here for you. I think this is great. Personally.
Well, you know, to some people that care about it, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time. All I'm trying to do is bring answers. So if we're not going to hear anything out of the Ellie's mouth, you know, I'm going to try to show you. I want to show people, here, look it. Does a person that you know have a tactical vest? You know, like cameras. To me, the crime scene tells a bunch about who the people are in order to do that. So ignore the POI of my standing beside of it. Sorry.
You're fine. You're doing this is good. It's good to understand. It's just like we're wondering like what innocently, like what are you trying to show us here? Like I thought from that first picture, I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Here's what it looks like. I wasn't offensive. Anyway,
so I love your outlook, Allie. The way you just kind of you seem so sunny as well. Like, you know, and optimistic that
I just you know what, you guys, like I am, because people are crappy. And I've been hurt in my life. You know, I've gone through a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, and we're all dealing with something. And when you know, we try to do these things out of the kindness of our heart, only to be ridiculed by people that are complete narcissists and really just have no appreciation when the spotlight isn't on them, or when they're not getting a view or whatever. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that way. I mean,
it's a case that elicits so much passion in people that, you know, it's understandable when people's emotions get really elevated, and it can happen really quickly, and misunderstandings happen, and, you know, because everyone has so much passion about this case that, you know, everyone, I feel like everyone's in it for the same reason, but, you know.
Well, you know, for instance, just for instance, and I want to go back to Double Rainbows because I don't want to take this off of Double Rainbows. and me coming off as snappy there, because I did. Because I was feeling defensive. And I do get defensive with my work, because I thought that the comment was like, why are you showing the bunny? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? I'm trying to bring you guys information. So that's how I took it when I saw it, because that's how the wording came across. And yes, I am a deep empath. And this is where mistakes can happen when somebody puts something out there and that genuinely didn't mean no attack. And, but yet it came off in a way where I was like sensitive to it. So when I saw it on there, so I don't want to take away from that double rainbows, but yes. So moving on from that is that I'm here more than 100%, more than 200% with working on the Delphi murders. I want to bring people information, because I know that the people that are out there that care, that it's ridiculous that this case has not been solved yet. And I just find it, if they're not going to give us any information, well, I'm going to find my own darn information out. And I'm going to try to understand, if the POIs that I kind of know of or whatever, different people, like what would be the motive behind it. So separately, it's like, okay, there's two things I can do here. I can look at the BG and all his features in his face, and I can look at what he has on. I can do those things. I can look at what I know is the crime scene, even though it's not technically said it is. I know where the pictures are from. I even went back and took my own pictures, and not just from Devil's Hop Yard. Well, that's a lie, because the video footage that's out there is from the crime scene. But if anyone knew exactly where the searchers were in the water, and then I could take that same photo and look where the searchers were, which is exactly from the video, and then I can still find the land where the crime scene was, and then do that work myself. I did that. So I went back and redid that. So I was using my own work when I was showing the bunny rabbit, like the more recent pictures of the crime scene. And like kind of like when I was showing you the bunny rabbit and the jaded knife, that was my own work that I went back and redid. Again, there's barely any information out there, and I am not going to play games with people whatsoever, not when it comes to Abby and Libby. And so, for instance, this picture in front of you might mean shit to everyone looking at it because it's purple. It's the best picture I could get, though, right at the moment, to make you understand that this is a tactical vest. And you see, like, there's an item here, whether it's one of the better pictures I can honestly show you right now, because I know that there's numbers here. I know this is a grainy, but I know that there's numbers here. It's like 6 something 25. I don't know. I know that there's something going on here. I know that there's wording right here, you guys. I don't know if it says marine. I don't know if it says something else. I don't know. I know there's wording there. I can tell. So, of course, I take this information, but I do know something's here. But I have to take it in just a different light. I'm not, see how this looks like. You know what this reminds me of? And I'm probably wrong, but it reminds me of a utility knife. One of those utility knife things that has different little, I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Either way.
Like a banded, like a banded like handle almost?
Right. Like a hunting knife?
Yeah, well, like I don't even know. All I know is that the deception of what people see. They are for anyone just to believe what you're seeing here is accurate, whether you think it's a brown jacket or that's the watch or knife handle, blah. Like I said, you look at this thing, you're not going to go, oh my God, there's a camera. Oh my God, there's a mask. Oh my God, there's this. But then, so look at back to this picture right here. Okay. So this is in a little bit more black and white. Again, when I was talking with True Crime Steve, I was showing him this watch thing that was on his left-hand side, that shiny thing that I just showed you here, this area. And then I started looking around more. Well, I came across actually these objects before, and then I started thinking that my eyes were playing tricks on me. So I backed off of it because it wasn't making sense what was going on. I didn't know what I was exactly looking at, but I was seeing things. But even in his like arm right here, you can see that there's some sort of, I don't know that it's a radio. I don't know that it's probably more so some sort of source that heads up to the camera, because I do know that on the BG there's like a twisty cord that's running up here, but you guys wouldn't see that because this picture isn't showing you that. It's this one was showing me that there's something right here on his arm. I know that there's a twisty cord going here, but it was just to show you this is what pulls out of the picture. And it's it reminds me of kind of like Kegan Kline and even my POI. Like it reminds me of like someone that's like they're in a different reality of freaking Call of Duty, and that they're acting out this role of getting geared up. Whoops.
Tactical warfare almost.
Thank you very much. Correct. So this isn't like, I know the difference between illusion and pareidolia, or whatever you want to call it. Thank you very much, Callie. But if anyone truly looked at the BG, right, they would know that there's a strap here and there's a strap here as well. But you're not seeing it because of the bad video that's out there. And again, nobody really like the only other person that I know of is Sleuth. Sleuth looks into it a lot more of trying to show things, and Harvey Carroll. But Harvey Carroll, it makes me kind of laugh because Harvey Carroll's like he I don't know, he thinks it's somebody else, but every time Harvey Carroll makes a video, I'm like, thanks, dude. Thank you for making it look like my POI more and more every time you do an episode.
Thank you so much, Callie.
Yeah.
We appreciate your hard work on this case. I believe Abby and Libby are guiding your work. I think that's really sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. You know what? I know it to be true. I'm not, like I said, when I know that that I am a very level-headed person in real life, that I like to second guess things. I need to know the answer. I ask a lot of questions. That's just the way I'm built. But I know that I'm not this far-fetched person just because I'm more of a spiritual person, and just because I connect with people, and just because I'm a deep empath, and just because I'm intuitive doesn't make me a wacko jacko like people try to portray. Why are you taking away from the case by looking at me? Stop caring about me. If you worry about what the channel has to offer for information. And then if you feel like it offers nothing, then exit the door. And if you feel like it offers something, then come in and you can be part of the family with us, and learn things. Because I'm just here to try to offer up some information, because there's very little out there. And some people, just like I said, they go into chats and that's what they do. And that's their thing. Okay, that's what you do. This is what I do. But don't take away from me my hard work. Not when it comes to the girls and the purpose. Don't take that away from me. Because if you do, I will be a hellfire.
I get it. I think it's beautiful that we all bring different, strengths to the case. And I think I look at this and I think it's amazing because, like, for me personally, I don't share in your talent of being able to do this, being able to do what Sleuth does. I do what I do, and it's different. And so I think this is really great. and just like the rest of us, I mean, we have different skill sets, different talents. So thank you for walking us through this.
Allie, I still really feel that, and it's too bad that this hasn't happened or doesn't, well, not really on a bigger level. I think that there's certain people that follow Delphi that I know in around, because I don't know. There's a ton of creators out there, and usually the Delphi one is kind of like, you kind of know a little bit of the circle. There's a lot of channels I still don't know who they are, but I always feel like you're good at what you do. You said, I'm a numbers person. I look at numbers. I look at this things that way. That brings a different aspect and a different thought process to the table. I bring in-depth pictures of what's going on. I really truly feel, and it's too bad it hasn't happened. I really truly feel that when the people that really deep dive into the case, if they collab together, I think that this case would have been identified actually, because I know that there's other creators that have certain information that could contribute. You know what I mean? When it's like taking puzzle pieces from certain creators and going, oh, you know what? That piece fits here. Oh, you have that information. Oh, I have this. Yes. And yet it seems so apart by the same token, because my work is not protected. I am willing to let anyone talk about it or see it or share it, whatever, because it's not about that. It's about answers for the girls. And that's why I work so hard. Like, I shouldn't even have to say it, but it's like I said, it's when someone takes away from my love and passion and my dedication of hard work and my own responsibility to my own work and my own ethics, when you try to take that away from me, I will come at you, because that's work that I, with all my sincerity, have worked hard on. I know where my attributions or my whatever, like my creativeness lie, and that, so don't take it away from me, because you're not going to. So yeah, it's just,
I get it. Don't let them take it from you. They won't, unless you give them the power. If they try, just don't give them the time of day. Just don't even respond. I've had these conversations with people, and so-and-so saying this, they're doing this, they're doing that. Okay, I'm done. I am just not going to go there, because in the end, it just takes away from your ability to focus on what you are meant to focus on. So
I know.
Yeah,
and doing stuff like this, like I said, this is because we care, we want to do it. I want to make a merch line that had them in it, and Deb and Adam were on board, of course, with it. Why wouldn't they be? Because it's about the girls. It's not even just about the girls. It's just about bringing awareness and keeping stories alive, keeping some focus on it. But at least, though, what's the word I want to say? At least have a little bit of, truth to some of this stuff that's being put out there, instead of just fabricated information that's twisted and turned. And, it's hard to explain that, because you have to understand where the truth lies in order to understand what path you're going down. And it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy what's out there.
No, what you're saying about, people that do follow that way, it's really what hurts it for people like you and me and all of the other valuable, smart people that are trying so hard to put their skills to good use. But are causing law enforcement to really just not want to deal with people like us at all, because of all the bullshit that they've been basically dealing with since this has come forward. I mean, it's tough. I get where they're coming from too, because I don't know how many tips they've received, but how many tips are actually legitimate and helpful, given the time they have?
Yeah. In all fairness, I actually really feel sorry for Ali, because of the fact of, honestly, because and you can see it yourself, Ali, that people are just, oh my God, someone's wearing a blue jacket, let me throw that tip in. Oh my God, this person is under a bridge. He looks like he's a suspect, let me just throw that in. I never did stuff like that, because I believed that I should at least be responsible and have enough information before I send it in. You know what I mean? Like, meaning here's my information.
Right.
Not just here's an email, here's an email, here's an email, here's an email. I literally would wait a couple months each time before I would send in the information that I had gathered after that.
Right.
How many times have you guys? Go ahead, Adam. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, Dave in the chat just said, hello, Unsolved. Love your lives.
Oh, I just saw that, Dave. I was going to say thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being here.
Right.
Thank you for your sweet comment.
And Callie, who's one of our mods and one of my favorite people, just said, thanks, Allie. You're so sweet. I just subbed a few minutes ago.
Oh, Callie. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You'll enjoy Callie in your life. She's a great asset in many ways.
That's so nice. Thank you so much.
Callie, she sends me emails just to say, hey, hope you're having a good day. Just a very loving, caring.
Callie's good people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
We need more Callies in the world.
When you look at your email and you see that there's not even a question behind it, it's just an email that says, thank you for all you do. Hope you're having a great day. And stuff like that for the most part. It's just like, thank you. I don't know. And she's bought me, I think, a coffee a few times too.
I know that everyone says this, but I mean, I truly feel like we, our subscribers and the people that contribute in our chat, they're really, really incredible people. And everyone is very sincere and level-headed. We don't get a lot of hack jobs in here. We have a very loyal and intelligent group of people that chat. And I'm so appreciative of them. And I know you'll probably see some of them popping up in your lives.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of familiar faces here tonight. So I'm really glad our groups have kind of merged. And, it all comes down to, like we were saying, I mean, we all want the best for these victims. And we're all just kind of holding on to that one piece of valid, credible information that can finally help the families and finally help these girls in getting the justice that they deserve. So all of you guys that are here tonight, from the bottom of my heart, I'm very grateful to see each and every one of you, those that, have come over to me or from my channel over here, vice versa. It's a really good thing to see.
Speaking of, do you mind? So what are you working on? What's next for you? What are you, if you can tell?
I'm not going to give too much away, of course, because I got to leave a little bit of a surprise element. But my next video, which I've been working on, over the weekend and whatnot, I'm trying to get to it after I'm done with work and stuff, and the baby goes to bed.
How old's your baby?
She's 2. She's almost 2.5. So she's very much a handful.
That's a cool
and, I work full time, so I want to be able to be more engaged. I'm always thinking about this stuff, and I'll read something. I'm like, I need to cover this, but it's just full-time mom, full-time job, YouTube. It's crazy. But my next thing, which I'm working through now, there's been some stuff with the police, things that have happened in this area, things that are kind of questionable. We talked a little bit about Stephanie Thompson. Stephanie was also tied through friendship to another Delphi officer, Nate Miller, who had apparently committed suicide while on shift. And we never heard anything more about him. So interestingly, we've talked about female children being targeted. Nate was on the force for about 24 years, if I'm not mistaken. He was happily married, and he had 5 daughters.
Right.
Okay.
Who did, Nate?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nate. He was a Delphi officer.
Yeah.
Work one day, and all of a sudden committed suicide, is what we were told. Never heard anything more about it. We've also seen some information come out through the Carroll County Comet as far as, prisoners being treated poorly. And questions about just, the environment of which these prisoners are exposed and the way that they're being treated by law enforcement. Now, I have to preface this with, I love our law enforcement. I love all that they try to do. I'm a huge supporter, but in every field we see bouts of corruption. Talking to you from a finance standpoint here, we've seen it with Enron. For those of you that have any sort of sense of, financial just wrongdoing. I mean, that's to a T. I mean, people, we like power, we're greedy, and no industry, no group of people, there's always going to be bad people. Always going to be people that screw it up for everyone, no matter what field. Law enforcement's no different. And there's definitely some things that I'm looking at in terms of patterns, in terms of laws, in terms of, the way that certain protections through police unions are structured. I think it's important because we're seeing this nationwide, and I'm going to be highlighting a particular story in a separate state of something that happened that caused almost 50 law enforcement officers that had served on the field following an audit to lose their jobs. Wow. Just immediately. And how maybe, we were to do something similar in this area, would we see a similar situation? Wow. That's my first one. The one after that, which is currently also being worked through, is going to be looking into a couple of other murders that have occurred in this area in previous years, recent years. One with, she was also a younger LGBTQ individual, wound up dead, and then another within a completely separate situation, also a younger woman that was murdered. And similarities to all of these cases that I've kind of touched on tonight, including Abby and Libby's. So lots going on there.
Right. Any hints as to when we can expect your next video to drop?
So yeah, I'm the one with the police situation. That's probably coming out first. It's not going to be as complex as the other one involving the two women. So with this week, I'm targeting within the next 5 days. It's just a matter of after work if I can piece it all together. So there's a lot there.
Right. That's awesome. And then do you normally, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the format of your channel as well, but do you normally focus more on your videos, or are you, or do you do a combination of videos and lives?
I've been doing a combination of videos and lives. I've really tried to mix it up and keep it equal, but I find, if I offer too much of one thing, I feel like I would maybe get bored of that. So I try to kind of mix it up and keep people guessing what's next. Nice. But I'm wanting to do more and more lives because I feel like we can really engage more that way.
Right.
Which is great.
I agree. And well, really quick, Cordy, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Cordy.
I want to take it down here because, Cordy, he, frequents this channel and that. And thank you for saying that. Love your panel guest tonight and heading to bed. Thank you very much for that.
With what you were saying. Oh, I'm sorry, Sonny.
No, that was it.
Finish really quickly that with what you were saying, videos, they take so much work and they take so much time and energy and effort that it makes the lives more attractive, to be honest, I think.
Yeah.
Because you can get so much information out in much more of a free flowing way. And I know I'm sure you know this, I've not made a ton of videos, but an 8-minute video can take 24 hours easy to make.
Oh yeah. It's very time consuming. I mean, all of the editing and the music and
finding the pieces, the articles, or whatever this, that,
yes.
Videos.
Right. Yeah. And if you're a perfectionist, like, you should be when you do a video, it does. It's like those little details. People don't realize it can take, 2 hours to sync, the timing of audio to a clip and
right.
To get it correct.
It's tough for sure. And I think, it might just depend on the topic, to be honest, at least for me, because there was a video that I had done, which was pretty short in comparison to some of the other ones I've put out there. But it was called Someone Has a Secret, or Someone's Got a Secret. And it was sort of a summary of everything that we've seen with all of this and how immediate the corruption, or the level of corruption, or whatever we're looking at in regard to this specific area has been over the course of the last several years. But it was only 15 minutes, but it told you so much, from FBI level corruption to the U.S. gymnastic case that took place at the time that the special agent in charge was, ahead of investigating everything with the Delphi murders. And then it talked a little bit about Delphi. It talked about Flora. It talked about some of these suspicious police-related deaths. And it also talked about somebody who was connected, and that I had located like newspaper articles on from the 80s and early 90s that was tied to a leading law enforcement official, and not like police. I'm saying more from the fire investigative side, that nobody's ever put out. And it was forwarded. I was told by one of my viewers, they forwarded it to he and the FBI. Again, I haven't heard anything back, but I would hope that they are paying attention, because
I was just looking, is your
what's that? Oh, lip gloss. Yes, I brought it.
Let's do that quickly.
Is your Unsolved? Sorry, Sunny.
Yeah. Okay. We got to do it now. I mean, we've had a few.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Allie.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. Now, is someone's got a secret? I'm just looking at your page. Someone's got a secret. Is that a series?
It's kind of an ongoing product of a series. So what I would say,
just looking at number 6 here.
Thank you. I would start with that one, actually. You want to see if you like the content, whatever, start there. Get a good overview. But the one where it all starts.
Adam, all I have to do is type in Unresolved. Are you dropping the link to the actual video or the channel?
I was going to do that particular video.
Okay, do that too then. I've dropped the channel again on there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, right, Allie, just to something I touched back on last time, or not last time, but about an hour or so ago, was that again, we just, if someone comes in here and wants to drop their link, or we share information, or help another channel out or something like that, we're all for that stuff. All for that stuff.
Oh, same to you. I'm not against working with anyone.
Well, it's just about people helping people regardless, right? So why not? Why, there's a lot of people in here that have mod rights, not because that I'm expecting them to do mod duties, but because there's no strict mod duties in this channel. Peace Not Silence, which is never silent, is always dropping links for us, and some of the mods here, or even non-mods, will say stuff, but at the end of the day, a lot of them have rights just so that they can drop their own links from other channels in there. And so, actually, if you type into the chat right now, Allie, just quickly type into the chat, and then
can I do that when I'm live? How do I? Oh, because I don't have a box to. Where do I go to do that?
If you pull up, I always I have it up on my phone, separate,
yes.
And so then
let me do that.
So then you can chat.
Oh, okay. Let me do that.
So all I was gonna say is that I'll give you a wrench. So anytime you are in here, you are allowed to drop your link to your channel.
Thank you.
There's no can I drop my link? You can always drop your link. If you're in the channel and want to drop it a few times within the chat that you're in here, go right ahead. That's why we've given that right to the certain channels like Marvin Frank and stuff like that, True Crime Web, Sleuth, Chaotic, and, because it's about people helping people. That's what it will boil down to. And thank you, mods and everyone, and all the members and subscribers and stuff like that do sit there and say, hey, put up some likes, and appreciate that, by the way. But let's see, did you put anything in there yet?
Okay, so I'm there. So I do. What did you want me to enter?
Just type in whatever you want, and then she can mod you.
Hi.
And then you might not know the answer to this, but I feel like you might know better than I've not been paying attention to it lately. But do you have you been keeping up on the Flora situation with the reward money? Is there anything new with that, or is there any update?
So apparently, what I had last heard was that the money was going to be returned to the Flora Fire Department, but the fire chief said he didn't want to take it. And so the one of the directors of that executive committee, which actually used to be one of the landlords of the very home where the girls were staying when they died, and had not brought the home up to code, was going to proceed in legal action to ensure that contractually they suffice the agreement that was upheld. So I don't know where we're at right now with that. But I know that money was transferred or was being managed by a different fund. And I don't have the specifics on that in front of me. We were looking at one point in time, there was a GoFundMe that was established because the goal was, they wanted to bring forward the money that was going to be lost from that reward not going to the mother of the girls. And then that GoFundMe was transferred from the one that had organized it over to the mother directly. But as far as where we stand on the actual reward itself, and whether or not that money is going to be turned over to the fire department, I don't know where we're at right now.
Okay, thank you.
Allie, thank you so much. And I want, Courtney wants said, your guest is such a sweet person and has done great research. Remember when I was talking about the fires a while back? That was from watching her. So kudos to you.
Thank you, Courtney.
And exactly, I can, again, anyone that puts their focus in the right place for the right reasons, and that absolutely, I can see where your heart is there, Allie.
Absolutely.
And
thank you.
I didn't, like I said, know much about you up until obviously this, till I seen you in our chat there. I'm glad you came on with us tonight and joined us because again, it's nice having diversity, because I know that we do a lot of Delphi, and you know a lot more about Flora and other cases than say we do. But it's just about, again, having great people on the show that can give even our viewers that didn't know a chance to now subscribe to your channel, go over, because they're interested in Flora or the different cases going on as well.
And you're on that brink. You're on that brink of 2,000. You'll have 2,000 subscribers tomorrow.
I was noticing that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm 30 away from 2,000. I can't believe it.
I think you'll have it by tomorrow or the next day at least.
Thanks, you guys.
I
really appreciate it.
The more people watch videos, the more. Well, you're at 1980, whatever numbers after that. You're at 1,980 something. I can see that. But the more people watch the videos, it's what makes me always feel good about that is that it brings more awareness. So the bigger the channel becomes, the more awareness you can bring to others, and that is the beautiful part of it all, right?
Yes.
Because that is the reason for it.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I really just want people to be able to take something from what's being offered. And like you know, we see people doing great things and people that care and want to do right. You know, I have a full-time job. I'm truly not interested in becoming this Instagram, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I have enough going on.
Yeah, but you know, again, and one day down the road, you might go, hey, just like me, right? It's like I was always working full time. At the end of August, I didn't lose my job in optical from the economics and whatever, and so maybe I'm struggling a bit right now because most things are reliant on my husband right now at the moment. But it's allowing me to do what I love, because that was kind of like the goal. Once I could understand that the heaviness of the darkness of the true crime, and once I could kind of compartmentalize that and box it and realize that, hey, this is a really good thing to bring awareness, not just to one case, but to other cases. It's a very rewarding feeling, and I've always loved helping other people. So this is just another way that allows me to. But I always believe that people should do what they love. So maybe right now, but maybe who knows what the next year will bring, or for you, or whatever. You know, like maybe you'll be on Oprah before me. I don't know. That's good.
If I do, I'll invite you and Kristen and Carrie and Gonzo and.
But no.
Because it's going to be a group effort, really. I mean, it's going to be a group effort.
I do want to say one thing tonight quickly, because Peace Not Silence is such a great person. Peace is a mod on our channel, and we had a really great night where people came together to help Peace out and got him a new computer, because Peace does a lot of work, like meaning what is it, a helpline. He has so many certificates in what he does, and it's all about helping other people. Peace, I can't exactly remember everything that you have credentials for here, but so the great people of this community were able to pull together and get Peace a new computer. Not only did he get Peace a new computer, but they even donated past the amount, and it was able to help give their the son a nice little birthday as well. And Peace, you know, it was just a beautiful. His daughter reached out to me and said, can you please, you know, you do things for other people. Do you think you could help my dad out? And so Peace, make sure you drop your channel again. So if anyone would like to go over to Peace's channel, Peace is trying to get to the community page, at least for now. So Peace, drop your link again, which is never silent. And if you guys could go subscribe over to Peace as well tonight. Honestly, just another amazing person with lots of integrity and just pureness to the heart, you know. And sometimes little Rainbow Pup, his daughter, the one that he emailed me, comes in here as well. And they were, we seen them on the live, but it was just beautiful to watch people come together and support somebody that they didn't know, and was able to, you know, help him out, because it meant a lot to his real work that he needed. It was just
in school.
Yeah, for school.
Hard.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really hard right now. Things are so expensive, and I understand. Yes, Cordy, you would be invited too. I saw your comment. And Cordy, invite Cordy.
Sorry, invite Cordy. What did I miss it?
Invite Cordy if we go on Oprah. I think that's what Cordy was saying. Yes, you all are invited. We'll get you in the audience. Get you up on panel.
Is that the person that you want to see as Oprah too, Courtney? Allie, the reason I always will say Oprah is because I remember when Oprah came out as a channel, and this is when she just started out as the Oprah show, even though I know she was a radio broadcaster and that before, but Oprah has such a beautiful heart. She has given so much with her money. She has done so much. She just is the epitome of everything that I would love to be. In a sense, if I could have done what she did and had that type of ability to go, here's 20 cars today, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Oh,
yes.
Like the stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. I dream of it all the time that I wish I could have, obviously I have to do things to my own capacity, but I always wish, it's like when somebody says, well, what would you do if you won the lottery? And I'd be like, oh, I'd be bouncing around across the little country here. And I'd be going, here, let me make your day. Let me make your day. Let me make your day. Because it's honestly, right? Yeah. You know how it is when somebody does something for you unexpected, you didn't ask, but they did something new, and it was impactful to you, that it left an imprint on your heart, and it just made you feel good that somebody. That's how I feel, because there is a lot of selfishness in this world going on. So when people do impact and do something like that, and I wasn't expecting it, I truly take things to the core of the heart and be like, thank you.
Right. And it makes you want to do something nice for someone else, usually. Right. Like, it makes you want to give back in a way, because you feel almost guilty that somebody was so kind.
The thing is right. I give back regardless. So when somebody does it back, right, then it's like, because I'm so used to doing like 15 things and maybe getting one thing back. So it's kind of like, so when that one person does something back, I'm just like, thank you for making my day, because I'm always going around making other people's day, but not because there's an intent behind it. It's just because I know the power of what something can do to somebody, and it can literally make somebody's day, even if you just lent them a free ear. Cordy doesn't know Oprah. Cordy knows Cher. She's grand. Cordy.
She was great too.
Anyway,
speaking of, we need to schedule another night to give away another book for our cop backs.
Yeah,
we still have a couple copies of his novel that we need to do a giveaway for.
I know we've been procrastinating on when to do it, and
I've got him sitting. I've got him sitting in my kitchen, just waiting to go out.
Yeah. You want a copy of my book, Allie?
You have a book?
No, I'm just pulling your leg, Allie.
I was like, where have I been? I probably should have known this.
It's a paint by number.
No. No, I don't know.
Maybe by the time we're done, we can write. I tell you, my goodness.
You know what? I'm so sorry, but did you just hear that, Allie? Adam just said my favorite word, pop-out books. I love pop-out books.
I do too. I said if I ever did a book, it would be a pop-out book, because I love pop-out books.
Pretty awesome. I love those too.
I honestly, as an adult, things like that, just like cards, when something pops out, I've truly actually made pop-out cards because that's how much I love them. But as a kid, when that little beautiful Christmas scene opened up, and I'm just sitting there going, like, oh my God. Even as a 32 and I'm 53 now, even right now, I'd be like, oh my God, it's just so beautiful. I'm a big kid.
I love those really cool cards that you can tell took someone a really long time to make, because they're like $10 when you buy them at the store.
Yeah, right.
I love those.
Well, exactly. And I like the fact when I create, like, I have my Strike a Pose Creations website, and I'm going to start making more virtual. I haven't started on the virtual cards, but I want to start because it's like, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like, or let's just even take Christmas, right? Let's say you want to take a Christmas card and you want to send it to your family. So it's one of those things that, say you purchase for a few bucks, you send it to all your family and friends, and that's a nice Christmas card of maybe you and your family that I inserted into the picture of a Christmas scene and stuff like that. I just think that stuff is so cool because it's different, it's unique, and it's, you spend $7 on a card, at least here in Canada. An average card, just a card from a drugstore, is like $5-8 just for a card. Dollar store, we all know. But I just, but I just think it's so cool that you can take like a video. I can make a video, insert your face and the family into it, and you send it off to all your family members and have a Merry Christmas.
I think so too. And it's quick.
Yeah,
it's right there. You don't have to wait for postage or anything. I love that.
Anyways, I guess we should get going and end the live. We've taken up your time. I'm not sure if your child is awake now or not, but
no, I'm great. I was thank you so much for inviting me. Your chat. Thank you guys so much for your support and being here tonight. I really appreciated that opportunity of meeting you and speaking with you. So hope we can do it again sometime.
Well, absolutely. Is there anything at all you want to say before we do head off? I know you just talked about what you were going to be working on and doing. Is there anything else you want to say? You don't have to.
Well, I would just, remind everybody, if you guys haven't already, please like this video so we can keep the word out there on all of these cases. Abby, Libby, everybody else. I will continue to keep everyone posted as soon as, my next video is done. I'm working through it. So within the next couple of days, you guys should see something from me. And if, Sunny, if there's anything that you need from me, I am more than happy to help you in any way, shape, or form. So
$1 million. Got $1 million?
All right.
Okay, no.
Exactly.
Honestly, Allie, appreciate what you shared with us tonight. Please, again, now don't feel bad like you did at the start, because this was supposed to be about you coming on, talking about what you're working on and your thoughts and different things. We can talk about ourselves enough for the cases regardless any other day of the week. So I appreciate the fact that you coming on and joining us tonight. And again, you guys, go subscribe to Allie's channel. And I dropped the link just a second ago at Unsolved Crimes Uncovered. And thank you so much, Allie, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Sunny. I appreciate it. Please subscribe to Sunny if you're not already, you guys. Doing great work. So thank you. I will talk to you all very soon. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
And so that was really nice. That God, I don't know.
Where are you there tonight? Where are you there tonight? Is that Fiji or is that Hawaii?
I have no idea. I was just playing around with a couple of them, and I was like, whatever. I was just feeling
that unemployed life is doing you well. Look at that. I mean, that scenery behind you.
With the white skin, but that's just playing with coloring on my thing. I was like going for a black and white thing, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I look pale or whatever. But I just was feeling like, I remember looking outside today, and I was going, a nice sunny day. And so I also had, hold on, let me just see if no, I can't do it here, I don't think. Hold on, one sec. Let me see if I can. This whole present word is driving me crazy. I was gonna say virtual. Yeah. No, I didn't bring it in. I thought I did. But whatever, it's just that, that one went crazy on me. Oh, that one went crazy on. Okay, let's just go back to this one. Oh, there we go. Anyways, I was just feeling like a water theme going on today. I was just feeling like, it was nice and sunny outside, and I don't know if it's warm where you guys are, but it's still warm here. But it's going to be so beautiful when the leaves change. And we have our Thanksgiving, you guys, in Canada. We have it coming up this weekend, and I know you guys is in November. Oh, you know what? There is one last thing I wanted to say. there's this video out by the Inquisitor, and I was watching it today. The Inquisitor. Let me just go to that one for a second. Inquisitor. I've only ever seen a couple of this person's videos.
I like the Inquisitor.
Did you watch him?
Yeah, and I'm in a little group with him.
Oh, okay. So 1 second here. Stop screen, present, and then we'll go this Inquisitor. Okay. So it's called The Wicked Ways of Kegan Kline on this one. So here's a shout out for the Inquisitor. No, I have personally not subscribed. I've only ever been there a couple of times, to be honest with you. Maybe I should subscribe. I don't know. Let's go.
He puts out really concise, really good videos. They're really accurate. They're very accurate, and he does a lot of work.
Yeah.
In putting his videos out.
Well, I was gonna say, I watched this one today. As you can tell, it has a red line going through it. But one thing made me laugh so hard, but not in a good way, but kind of in a good way, but not in a good way, is that he's showing these text messages. And this one person's obviously messaging somebody that's on Kegan Kline's list. And I'm just putting this out there because this person in one of the text messages said something like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just a Canadian that follows the case and, about the Delphi girls. And I'm like, go figure. Really? Go figure that this person puts I'm a Canadian, after stuff the last couple of days. And then all of a sudden I see this video and I'm like, you guys, this Canadian chick doesn't talk to the Inquisitor, don't know who the Inquisitor is, or whatever the information was that is out somewhere. It ain't this Canadian chick, all right? I'd tell you if it was. But I was just like, go figure. Of course the person had to be a Canadian, But because I'm looking at this, and the person she was talking to was very defensive, obviously, and saying, sounds like you're, like interrogating me and blah, 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 blah. Get it, whatever. But I was just like, really? You just had to be a Canadian chick, didn't you? No figure. But anyways, not me. 1,000 billion% not me. I'm not the Canadian.
You're too busy. You're down there sexting Kegan.
Right. There you go, Lilith. That's for your reel tonight. Enjoy that. I always obey the suggestions. But anyways, the Inquisitor, if you haven't subscribed, let me just drop the link for that one, I guess, too. Oops, it's this one right here. Oh, wait. Accidentally hit there. That's my bad. Sorry, guys. What the heck? What? Adam?
Yes.
Are you hearing double?
Am I what?
Were you hearing double?
No.
Are you hearing my voice double?
I hear a little feedback, but I don't hear. You're not double.
Oh, I just closed off something. I was like, what?
I hear something in the background.
Oh, anyways, let's end this live. Let me just drop that one. It's just weird. I'm just hearing myself, and then I'm all of a sudden it's just like it's asking it again, and I'm like, what? Anyways,
and
you guys.
Be fair, I was joking. Sunny does not sext Kegan. I was just joking.
See, now that stuff is funny. That stuff is funny.
I just don't want to start any rumors.
You know what? Those people will start them regardless at the end of the day. So
right. That's for you, wife Lilith.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget
Should
to
we wrap it up?
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Cordy. Thank you, Callie. Thank you, True Crime Housewife, for the donations tonight. I think that was 3 of them. I think there was 3. I don't think I missed anyone on that one. And if I did, I'm sorry. Thank you, Steve. And thank you, Allie, of course. Thank you, everyone. Again, my apologies to double rainbows bubblegum there. And we know you. Yeah. And yeah, thank you guys for joining the live. And what's today?
Today's Wednesday. We'll see everyone on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see everyone on Friday. And if I'm not mistaken, I want Blaine did, just so you know, Blaine did apologize to me for not showing up yesterday.
Oh, so is he going to join us Friday?
I haven't asked him, but I might ask him. But we should have another special guest probably Friday. And I need to talk with this person just to confirm. And yeah, this is somebody that would have been from the beginning of Delphi. But I just want to see what she wants to talk about or not allowed to talk about. Just because some people don't, you know what I mean? Some people just don't like talking about certain things because, especially when they live in the area, some things are a little bit more. So anyways, I'm going to have a conversation with her tomorrow and see if I'll be on the live. Anyways, I'm just going to play it YOLO again and see what's going on. Other than that, Adam, that looks so good. You guys have a great night. Thank you again for joining us tonight. All right.
Good night, everyone.
Take care, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. See you, Deb. See you, guys.